Good morning, Senpai. I just have my internet back after 2 weeks because I moved house, so that's good. So I finally had a chance to look at Let It Die update 1.20, and I'm just installing now 1.21, which just came out this morning. I just wanted to go over the patch notes and kind of take a look and go over some of the new things which players who either quit or are new to Let It Die might find interesting and useful. Okay, first up, for existing players, they've addressed a few bugs that were floating around for a while, so I'm just going to go over the list here quickly. For two-handed weapons, if you wielded it in one hand, there was a bug where switching floors would switch to the empty weapon slot. That's been fixed. Equipment purchased from equipment packs, so if you bought milk or war ensemble equipment from the store and equipped that to a defender, it would lose durability when it wasn't supposed to. That's been fixed. Oh, players that completed the stamp rally would sometimes get their completion email, but not their blueprint prize. Boo! That's been fixed as well as some minor issues to do with kind of voice lines that Commodore Suzuki would say. They fixed the issue with Slowmungus and Oakshroom being used together, which would cause the Oakshroom effect not to activate, so that's nice. Oh yeah, assault rifles R&D to the 4th level would break before firing all the rounds in it. So it doesn't say whether they've reduced the ammunition in order to bring that in line with the durability, or if they've increased the durability to bring that in line with the amount of ammunition. But either way, that's fixed too. They fixed the issue with a fighter's rage gauge carrying over to another fighter, and the skip button occasionally just staying on the screen for no reason. Cutscene skip functionality for the delivery scene and sending hunters on expeditions, which is fantastic. I hadn't seen that until literally just now, and that's amazing. If you do a lot of expeditions, you'll know how annoying that cutscene is. TDM adjustments. So these are also really interesting and also of interest to new players or returning players. When raiding an opponent's waiting room, items in a player's death bag are no longer lost, which is awesome because you don't need to worry about juggling your equipment before you go on a raid or accidentally losing something you need because you left it in your bag. That's cool. When force quitting the application during a raid, players receive a point penalty. So if you rage quit, you will receive a penalty. They've upped the amount of kill coins that you can get for 44 CE blueprints to 50,000, which is cool. On top of this, we have 4 new skill decals. Crowd Pleaser, which increases attack by 10% per enemy when 2 to 5 enemies appear. Cerberus, which increases attack of defenders by 20%. Golem, which increases max HP of a defender by 40%. And Mad Bomber. Defeated enemies blow up, causing damage all around, which sounds pretty awesome. I can't wait to get my hands on that. That sounds a lot like Fallout's Bloody Mess perk. Next up, I'm going to skip to the top. We'll come back to the other two. I'll show you those in-game in a second. The Express Pass has been modified slightly with something called Attack Insurance. Now, Attack Insurance, you'll only get this if you pay the £15 a month for the Express Pass. But what that does is you'll get back all of the coins and SP lithium that is stolen in raids by other players. So essentially, you won't lose any of your money anymore when you log out. I know a lot of people are happy to see this change, really happy, and that's awesome. But I'm a little bit unsure of this one, to be honest, because I feel like the way money permeates every action in this game is a part of its style and part of what makes it really unique. So I'm interested to see how that's going to play out. I'm not going to lie, I'm certainly going to benefit from it. It's going to make obtaining decals and materials a lot easier, but we'll see. I'll probably revisit how I feel about this feature in a couple of months. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is Lost Bags. This feature will give you a Lost Bag item when you complete a raid. You'll have a chance to get one of those, which you can see here. These go into your rewards box, and when you go and pick them up, as you can see here, you'll get some items. I think it's just one item, and all I've had so far are materials, but as more people uncover this, I'm sure somebody will put together a list. Here I just got a couple of hemps, which is not great, but I've had other things such as kind of copper materials and some aluminium and those kinds of standard material pickups from these. So that's a really cool feature. I'm really happy this exists. Okay, so next up is the decal recycle mechanic, which is really, really cool. What this allows you to do is go to the vending machine and you can actually destroy duplicate copies of premium decals. Now this only works with premium decals that you no longer want, and you can trade them in for something called recycle points. Now what these allow you to do, if you go back to the vending machine menu, you can actually buy metals with these recycle points, which is awesome. And actually you can get all 4 kinds of metals, so red, black, green and blue, from all 4 distributors, as long as you have enough of these. So that's really, really cool, and I think that'll go a long way towards helping me feel like I'm not wasting my time or my money by buying premium decals from the stew, because at least if it's something I don't care about, at least I can recycle it. So that's really awesome. Okay, so believe it or not, there's still more awesome stuff in this update. If you go to your Tokyo Death Metro waiting room, you'll find 2 new options. First one is alarms. So you can now buy alarms. They're called defense alarms. They don't cost very much at the moment. I'm not sure if that's going to change based on how well they perform, or if they add new ones. What these do is they add monsters from the tower to your waiting room, so that when someone raids your waiting room, they will have to fight these monsters. And they consist of tubers, and the only mid-boss I've seen so far is Cohen. So that's a pretty good one, because it means Cohen's going to soak up some time. You only get 2 minutes to do these raids, so I'm interested to see how that plays out. The next option is, to me at least, the more interesting one. Towards the bottom of your waiting room menu, you'll now find an option called Remodel. And if you go into it, what this allows you to do is to customize certain aspects of your waiting room, which is a feature I think a lot of people have been waiting for a long time. Now, unfortunately, a lot of the different options that you're going to have access to cost death metals, but they don't cost that many, and the game's been giving them out like candy every maintenance. So if you're careful with them, and you've got, if you've been playing the game for a while and you've built up some spare ones, this might be a good way to spend them, or you might not like this, that's fine. So basically what this allows you to do is to pick different items from your waiting room, so the walls, the floor, pillars, the fountain, and a few other different kind of props that you can put down in the elevator section of the room, and you can buy the little shark robot thing from the Gravity Rush crossover. That's gone now, but you can bring it back for 4 death metals. This feature, although it's cosmetic only, is awesome. And thankfully, I was worried that you might only see these as another player raiding your base, but this does actually update your waiting room. As you can see here, I've got the summer version of the fountain unlocked, and it looks nice and clean, and that's really cool. So that's pretty much it for update 1.20. 1.21 has just gone live, maintenance has just finished, but I believe all this update does is remove Red Napalm. And Red Napalm will be back again on Sunday, according to the Let It Die official Twitter feed. So I'm guessing this is just a maintenance update. So yeah, that's everything. Hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found it useful. Please leave any feedback, any comments below, and thanks for watching. Take care.